This is a tutorial on how to recreate 21's ugly inspired costumes.
I think I'm ugly and nobody wants to love me. Just like her, I wanna be pretty.
And I made two costumes, one for Kelly and one for me. Kelly's was more Minji inspired with a little bit of CL in it, and mine was mostly inspired from Bom. And these were costumes me and Kelly both wore to Comic-Con. We wore them Thursday, I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. And they were fun, they're pretty easy. Altogether they worked really well and they're really comfortable, and so they were really fun to wear. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a very short tutorial today. I'm just going to show basically how I did it because it's very easy. So this is my dress. It's not really a dress, it's actually a shirt. It's too short to actually wear as a dress. I had to wear little black shorts underneath and it kind of looked like a dress, sort of really short. She wears really short dresses anyway. How do you expect her to wear something that short? Okay, I hope I can do this pretty well because I'm doing this backward and I'm reversing through the steps the wrong way. But the first thing I did was I took a super oversized t-shirt. Let's see. Yeah. So the first thing I did was I just cut off the sleeves right here. I just went whoop, cut them off, and that's just how I got the look. And since it's kind of baggy, I just took in the seams, like I just sewed it in like this on the sides. So it's just basic sewing for you, I guess. So yeah, do that first with your old t-shirt, fit it to your size. Hers, I just cut the sleeves off to make it look like bombs. So yeah, the base of this is just a t-shirt. As you can see where I cut the sleeves off. I didn't even hem them, they're just cut right off. And I left the neck as is. And I stitched in the sides right here. You can't really tell. First, like I said, stitch in the sides and make sure it's black. So after you have your t-shirt all fitted to the right size, the next thing I did was these additions of the artwork on it. And how I did that was I basically painted them each individually on a piece of canvas and then cut them out and sewed them onto the dress. So this is just a piece of canvas. It's pretty large and I wish I could tell you where to find these, but this was just hanging out in the figure drawing room at school and I used it. I just painted it white first to like start off as a canvas and just painted whatever I wanted on it. So what I did was I sketched out a few designs on sketching paper first. My sketching paper pad is about this big, I don't know, normal size, whatever. And I just did designs about that. They need to be pretty big. I think I have a few this big and a lot that are bigger. And I just did random designs. And if you want it to look exactly like CL or Bom or Dara, whatever, you should copy their designs, but I just did my own. So once you have that traced on a piece of tracing paper, I went back to my canvas. So it's painted white and I traced it on here, and then I painted it just with acrylic paint. And after that was done, I cut out all my shapes and I laid it out on my dress and see where they fit best and added more or took some away depending on what looked best. And then after that, all I had to do was sew them on. And my machine is very basic, it's not heavy duty or anything, and it sewed through this just fine. You can see the holes in it where I stitched it, but I used this clear thread. It's kind of like fishing line. But yeah, it just comes in a spool and you thread it through your machine and sew it just like normally. So I pretty much sewed the bottom ones on first, completely around, and then did the edges of the other ones. And this netting material, I'm sure you can find at Joann's or any fabric store. I personally like the scavenge stuff, and I had this awesomely ridiculous skirt thing, and it had this material on it already. So I just cut some off and sewed it onto my dress. After that, you should have everything pretty much finished. Your patch is sewed on and your netting sewed on. And I tried it on, and since these don't stretch or flex at all, I actually had to add a zipper in the back, and I just cut my t-shirt and added a zipper. I highly recommend this if you're doing a dress like Bom's, but if you're just doing a shirt like CL, or does Dara have stuff on her shirt? No, I think it's just on her hat. But anything just a shirt wise or a jacket wise, like Minzy had the things on her jacket, which Kelly did, and we just sewed those right on and she was fine. But for any dress item that's fitted your body and hard to get on, you're gonna need a zipper. The next step is to add these string things, whatever. They drape down the front of Bom's jacket and down all the way to the back to the floor. And on Minji's jacket, we did them down the front for Kelly. And how I did those was I just bought a huge strip of felt, and it was this checkerboard material. I couldn't find anything else. It was all checkerboard. I don't know if you can see it, but it was checkerboard. I cut it into strips like this, so it went black, white, then cut them thinner. So I did that and I made 5. One's falling down back here. I made 5 strips for her dress, and what I did was I pretty much just cut slits in the dress or the shirt. I just cut slits, hole, and on the bottom side, and just weaved it through. Does that make sense? So I did that up here in the front so they would stay. Looped it over the shoulder. Did another set right here to hold them in place. And one down here about on my waist. So that's pretty much it. It's really not that hard. The only problem I had was that I couldn't bend in it. Because when it's on, it's so stiff, I had to add a zipper to get it on, that when I put it on my stomach, it was hard to bend or really move very much. And especially, I don't know what anyone's gonna be wearing this for, but I was wearing it at Comic-Con and like sitting down at panels, it just was difficult and uncomfortable, and then plus I didn't want to ruin it. So since it was kind of difficult, I have an alternative method. I don't know if it's better because I really achieved the look I was going for here, but it might be easier and maybe quicker too if you guys want to make this really quickly, is I would just take old t-shirts that you don't want to be cutting it up, like with cool designs on it, like this sparkly butterfly, or Snoopy, or this mushroomy type design, anything, and I like all these t-shirts, I wear them, so I'm not going to cut them up, so make sure they're ones you want to cut up. Cut out those designs, and you'll have to sew them to a piece of stiffener. This is the thinnest type of stiffener you can get. It's very thin, it's very bendy, so it's comfortable, and I know you're going to be able to wear it very easily. But it'll still, like, if you want the off-the-shoulder look, like the monster or whatever she has coming off her shoulder, or the bunny on Dara's hat, how his ears and his legs poke out of their hat and they retain stiffness. If you cut out a piece of t-shirt and you want to make it that way, you have to sew it, or I guess you could hot glue it, to a piece of stiffener, and that will give you the look you want. But this method with the stiffener and the t-shirt is just an idea. I have not done it yet. Just in my head, it was easier to wear and very quick if you needed it quickly. That's about it for the dress. The shoes I wore were Converse. They were just low top yellow Converse, and I attached wings on them. And these wings are made out of the same canvas material that I used for my shirt. And I glued 2 on. You can see it's double thick right here. Same pattern, painted the top, glued both because it was kind of bending because it's on the floor. Did that, and I just cut holes, and I had extra rivets laying around. A hole would work just fine if the rivet protects it from ripping. So I just did that for my shoes. The last thing are the masks. Me and Kelly actually have masks because we're awesome like that. These are just Asian face masks. What's it called? Cooter Boy? Cooter Boy is what this tie says right here. Kelly bought them online. She has every color of the rainbow, and I have the yellow and pink one. But since Bomb's was black, this is actually my pink mask, and I just safety pinned black material to it. And this is just fabric paint. I painted on it CL's mask design. And Kelly did a skeleton vampire-like thing. But her mask was black and she just painted right on it. Both work the same. She used acrylic paint, which works really well because it's flexible. But fabric paint has the hold, and I like it just because it's durable and I know I can wash it. I've never washed acrylic paint, so I suggest not doing it. I'll find where she bought these and I'll attach a link in the info so you can buy them. I don't really know how to make them. They're a very weird shape. Maybe I'll figure that out later. But the mask, we didn't wear it all the time because it was in the way difficult. It just added to the costume. Okay, so I did the dress, the mask, and the shoes. That was pretty much it. Oh, and for my makeup, I followed this awesome YouTube makeup tutorial. And she did the makeup in the beginning, and at the very end of the video, just wait, she actually does the hair. And it's very quick. It's more of a makeup tutorial than the hair tutorial, but it's very simple, and I did it my first try. Okay, I went through everything pretty quickly, but I think this video ended up being kind of long. So I hope I covered everything, and that's about it.